All right. So, yeah, I'll show you. I tried this assortment of means of removing paint, and I just didn't get very far very quickly. And I know that previously I have used the paint stripper successfully, and so now I'm gonna spread it on the car door, and I've started that, and it works wonderfully. There's one coat on, and carefully scraping off what comes off, and it just liquefies. I'm gonna let it dry. This is a little bit too much. The trick with a lot of this is to go with the curves perpendicular to the curve, I guess, more likely, more accurately, and that prevents the metal blade from digging in. I've tried plastic blades, and they just break down too quickly. So, I'm starting with the door that actually had the most body work required on it, because what the heck, it was the one closest to the front of the car. So this will go on. I'm hoping only one more coat will get me down past the primer and into the metal. So I'm going to shut this off so I can turn the fan back on, but you don't want to listen to the fan, and this is boring. So, I'll check in with you guys in a little bit. Okay, so I've got the first, at least on 80% of it's the first. Down in here I actually had a second coat because I had some left. So now I'm going in with the second coat, and it's cat food can and throw away 1.5-inch brush and just lay the gel right on in there. Leave it somewhat thick. You're not looking for a real fine layer. I think the thicker it is, it takes a little longer to dry out, so you can get a whole door done. And just keep
Don't worry about it.
working it all across.
I see. Good job.
Try not to slop too much over the ends. I'm mostly concerned about this outer skin at this point. The inner we'll deal with. Yeah, since I've talked about changing the color and the fact that the old paint is in as rough a shape as it is, eventually inside surfaces are going to have to get prepped to some extent for paint, but I'm not looking to pound out any dents on the insides. Not looking to do any body work like here. I will just get the paint and primer off.
Driveway. On the driveway. You can go down to the sidewalk and turn around and come back. Drive up and down the driveway.
You know, there's a part of me that loves beautifully done black car, and there's a part of me that would love to keep this car its original color scheme. I'm not good enough to make the car perfect. Can't afford to farm out the work. So I'll do the best I can and paint it a lighter color, and hopefully that'll have some forgiveness to it. So I'm gonna let this sit just a little bit longer before I start scraping off what hopefully is the last. Also gonna think about buying some steel wool to get down into any nooks and crannies. This is obviously pretty well exposed, and when I can't get with a scraper, I can always go back with sandpaper by hand later. But obviously other parts of the car are going to have smaller nooks and crannies that need to be dealt with more flexibly than a metal blade can do. You see we've got pretty good bubbling going on in here. So we'll see how far this coat takes me. Alright, so this is after the second coat has been scraped off, and you can see along the leading edge, here, we've got some Bondo work up here, and that was probably, who knows, maybe done at the factory to bring it up to the level of the front fender in terms of the profile on the edge. Down, got most of it down to bare metal, so all's good there. Yeah, we'll just touch up these spots that didn't quite all come off, and should be done fairly soon. I'll say that about 90% of the paint is off. I need to get out here with a bucket of very soapy water and completely wash the door. It's too late in the day to paint the door, so we'll look at what we can do to protect it from moisture. Fortunately, it's pretty dry this time of year right now, so as long as I get the door blown off with dry air, and it should not flash rust. And regardless, if we have to go after it with some more rust, which I plan on, or some more rust, with some sandpaper, which I plan on doing anyway, maybe even a wire wheel, especially want to work the old Bondo off of the surfaces here. And yeah, we'll see where it takes us. Alright, sorry about the light, but that's just the time of day it is. And it is difficult with a stripped steel door to see the issues. The reflections just aren't as helpful as when it's painted of a color. So the intention here is to get some epoxy primer on this as quickly as possible, and at that point we'll begin looking at body work to take care of these creases and dings and so forth. So, but yeah, I went over it after soap and water with a wire brush to get off kind of the last residues, and there's still a little bit on there, and I'll sand that, but the epoxy primer should be able to handle this as well. So, the end of my weekend.